Today, I'm going to be building a team of Super Bowl champions to see if they can win another Super Bowl. So as you guys can see, every player on this roster is a Super Bowl champion. I know this is probably going to bug a few people because Matthew Stafford has won a Super Bowl, but instead of going with him at quarterback, I went with Patrick Mahomes. For one, he's easier to use on Madden, and for two, three-time champion, man. It's kind of hard to argue with that. But at running back, we got Saquon Barkley and Kenneth Walker. Wide receiver 1 is Jackson Smith-Njigba. Wide receiver 2 is Tyreek Hill. Wide receiver 3 is Mike Evans. Wide receiver 4 is Devontae Smith. And we also have AJ Brown at wide receiver 5. And we have Rashid Shaheed at wide receiver 6. But I don't think those two are going to see a whole lot of action. But anyways, we definitely have a very, very good O-line. And we also have Travis Kelce and Dallas Goedert at tight end. But that's going to bring us to the defensive side of things, and just like the offense, this defense is an absolute threat. So I think our team of Super Bowl champions is going to be pretty hard to beat this season. But anyways, we do actually have a pretty big test to start off the year, because in week 1, we have to play the 49ers. And obviously I'm going with the Seahawks as our base team because they are the defending Super Bowl champions right now. But to start things off, Barkley's going to pick up a first down. In case you haven't noticed though, San Francisco did score on the first drive of the game, so we are losing 7-0 right now, but I'm hoping that we can tie things up on this drive right here. I'm gonna go for another passing play here though. I'm thinking we could have Kelce open. That's gonna be another first down, and he's got us into scoring position now. So as long as we don't give the ball up, at the very least we should be able to kick a field goal. That might be a massive play. Evans dropped the ball though. For a receiver like Mike Evans, that is a ball that he definitely should have held on to. Either way, we're going to make up for it with JSN. He's going to pick up the first down for us. So we're 19 yards out. And I honestly might have the touchdown right here. It looks like Tyreek Hill's going to bring it in for the score. So just like that, we are going to tie this game up at 7 apiece. But now we're coming back out here in the fourth quarter. And surprisingly enough, San Francisco has us on the ropes right now. We are all tied up, so it's not like we're losing. But with the amount of time left, they might be able to run the clock out and kick a game-winning field goal. And I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised that we're even tied right now. I knew San Francisco was going to put up a fight. I knew it wouldn't be like a blowout or anything, but I thought we would at least be winning here. But anyways, it's 2nd and 1. If he picks up a first down, which they are gonna do, I honestly probably should just let him run that in because we can't even stop the clock anymore. So I'm just gonna clear a path and let McCaffrey score because now we at least have a little bit of a chance to win this game, but it's not looking good. It's 3rd and 6, first of all, and there's also only 30 seconds to go. Please catch that. Hill's gonna drop it. It's 4th down. So just like that, the game is all of a sudden on the line with this one play right here. I'm hoping that we can get either Smith-Njigba or Mike Evans open. I mean, worst case scenario, I might be able to go for Barkley. That's not going to be a huge pickup, but it will keep the game alive. I'm going to have to burn a timeout though. But at this point, we got to start going for some shots downfield. I'm really hoping that Tyreek Hill can somehow break away. It might be. Oh, hold on. We have a chance, but there's only 6 seconds to go. So we're in a good position, but obviously we have to go for a Hail Mary here. I'm just going to see if we can maybe like catch it off a deflection or something. Oh, hold on. We almost had it. There's still a second to go. Mike Evans actually almost brought that in. I think I'm going to try and go back to him again. Either him or Travis Kelce is probably our safest bet at getting this to work. Actually, I'm going to go for Kelce because of his height. We had 2 opportunities to catch the ball, but nobody could hold on to it. So we made it close. That literally came right down to the final play. But we are going to suffer a very disappointing loss in week 1. But I guess that's going to bring us to week 2. And I'm really hoping that we can redeem ourselves for the loss in week 1. Because this is a quality win if we can get the job done here. We're playing the Steelers, who did win in week 1. It looks like this game against Pittsburgh's been another struggle for our offense, though. We've gotten off to a brutally slow start. Both teams have. At least our defense is playing well, but we've only... Oh, hold on. That's a big play. As I was saying, though, we only put 3 points on the board in the first half, which is honestly kind of embarrassing. Don't get me wrong. Pittsburgh has a great defense, but you saw our roster. We should have more than 3 points on the board right now. I'm just going to keep it on the ground with Barkley, though, who is going to pick up the first. I'm going to try and go for a bit of a shot here, though. If we can get either JSN or Tyreek Hill open here, either one of them could go for a touchdown, and we're gonna have Hill. It's not. Oh, hold on. That's a touchdown. That was nasty. I did not think he was going to get around him there, but that's going to give us a 10-point lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And after that, our defense actually forced a fumble. So we are right back into scoring position. It is 3rd and 12 though. So, oh, that should be a first. Come on. Tyreek's got it. Or not. That's not exactly what I was expecting there. Okay, we're gonna get bailed out though. They hit the kicker, so that's gonna give us a first down. I'm gonna try and just run this route with Reek, and I think we might have the touchdown. Right after the penalty, we're gonna bring it to the house. So Tyreek Hill is gonna extend it to a 3-score lead for Seattle, and after that, we did go on to win this thing. We're actually gonna get a shutout. We'll take it 17-0. So that was a phenomenal game from our defense, and even though we got off to a slow start to this one, it's a much better performance than what we did in week 1. But after that, I went ahead and simmed to week 7 to see how this team was holding up, and we have been pretty solid. We're 4-2 right now, but we dropped another game to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is a bit surprising. I was honestly expecting to be undefeated up to this point, but either way, we're going to be taking on the Houston Texans, who are currently 2-3. But anyways, it looks like we're going to be starting this game off with the ball, so hopefully we can find a way to score on the first drive. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. I was hoping for a bit more, but we kind of got pushed into there. Anyways, I did move like Mike Evans and Smith up in the depth chart just so they can get some more playing time in this game, because if I didn't do that, they really wouldn't see the field too much in this video. But I'm gonna keep it on the ground with Barkley. It is 3rd down, but he's gonna keep us alive. I'm gonna try and go for a little bit of a shot here though. I don't think we're gonna be able to get Smith open, but we might have Smith and Jigba. Actually, who is that? It looks like Evans is gonna pick up the first down, and I'm gonna try and go back to this route right here. I don't think it went for a touchdown the last time I ran it, but I'm pretty sure we did get a pretty good pickup, and we should have another pretty good pickup. Mike Evans is gonna bring it in. So Mike Evans is already off to a very hot start in this game, and if we get lucky, which we're not going to, I was hoping to get Travis Kelce wide open there, but we are gonna have Smith. So Devontae Smith is gonna bring it to the 4-yard line. I was just gonna go for a run, but I think I might be able to end it off right here with a pass, and Mike Evans is gonna bring it in for the touchdown. So it looks like we're gonna take a 7-0 lead to start off this game, but now we're coming back out here in the 4th quarter, and surprisingly enough, it looks like we are on the ropes again. If we don't play this drive out properly, we are gonna suffer another loss to the Houston Texans, but I'm hoping that we can find a way to walk it off here. I don't know what it is about this team though. We should be playing a whole lot better than we actually are. Either way, it looks like Brown's gonna pick up the first. That's probably one of the, if not the first play that we have made with AJ Brown in this video. I'm gonna try and go for another passing play here, and hopefully we can get JSN open. Actually, it looks like we're gonna have Barkley for the first down, and that last play brought us down to the 2-minute warning as well. So we're down to crunch time. I'm gonna try and go back to Saquon. That screen oh! Will Anderson just picked us off. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him either. That's going to go for a pick 6, which pretty much ends it. With 1 minute and 47 seconds to go, that's probably going to seal the game. And we couldn't come back after that. So that is crazy. That is our 3rd loss of the season, which I actually can't believe. All I got to say, though, what a play by Will Anderson. That was actually a crazy pick 6. But anyways, after that, I went ahead and simmed to week 11 for one more big game before we head to the playoffs. Assuming that we make the playoffs, because we dropped another game to the Arizona Cardinals in week 10. So we're 5-4. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about this team that isn't clicking, which is weird. You saw the roster. We are absolutely stacked. This team had potential to go undefeated, but that just isn't happening. But anyways, we got one hell of a test. We're going to be taking on the LA Rams, who are currently 7-2 right now. Thankfully for us, though, it looks like this game against LA has actually played out pretty well for us. We're up 9-3, so a touchdown would put us up by 2 scores. And Travis Kelce's gonna have a lot of open field. That's a big play. So he's gonna bring it all the way down to the 13. If we get lucky, I might be able to score a touchdown right here. But I kind of got a bet on Tyreek Hill to get open, and I think he's gonna be there. That is gonna go for a touchdown from Hill. So just like that, we're gonna extend this to a 2-score lead for Seattle. It looks like we're not quite done with LA just yet, though, because after that, they did score a touchdown. So it's 17-10 now, and it's also 3rd down. down, but Saquon's going to pick it up, and I'm going to hand it off to him again here. I'm hoping that we can get some good blocks from the O-line again, and it looks like that might be another first. He's going to be just short. They did get another stop after that to bring up a third down, though, but it's 3rd and 1, so I'll probably go for it on 4th down if we can't pick this up. I think we're going to have Tyreek Hill, though. That's going to keep us on the field. I really want to try and hit Saquon on this route, but I'm not too confident in him actually getting open here. I'll probably end up going for like Tyreek Hill or Jackson Smith and Jigba. It looks like JSN's got it, but he's not going to have the first. I'm just going to run a shallow cross route, though, because you know with Tyreek Hill's speed, if he can get any separation at all, this could very well go for a touchdown. We're going to get hit, though. So this isn't how I wanted to end this drive off, but we got to be smart with it, because either way, a field goal makes it a 2-score lead. And after going up by 2 scores, it looks like we did win this thing. We're going to take it 20-13. So that is a much needed win for this team. So now we're 6-4 on the season, which again, for a team like this, is absolutely terrible. But now it's time to sim to the playoffs and hope that we can make it. Luckily for us, though, it looks like Seattle did actually turn things around in the second half of the season, because we're going to go 12-5 to win the division, and that was actually enough to give us the #1 seed. It's actually crazy how close the playoff race was in the NFC this season, because the 7 seed and the 1 seed are literally 1 game apart. But anyways, after the first round bye, it looks like we're going to be taking on the 7 seed San Francisco 49ers, who went 11-6. And I did obviously have the tough loss to them in week 1, so I'm hoping I can get my revenge here. But before we hop into that game, we got to see what our guys were able to do this season. And Mahomes did pretty solid. He had 3,600 yards, which could have been a lot better, but he did have 30 touchdowns for 8 interceptions. And Saquon balled out as well with 1,400 yards for 10 touchdowns. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 1,100 yards for 10 touchdowns. And Tyreek Hill had 722 yards for 8 touchdowns, which is pretty solid for the #2 wide receiver on this team. But anyways, it looks like this game against the 49ers has definitely played out a lot better for us. We're up 24-10 with 3 minutes to go. So another touchdown should pretty much put this game away. And if we can't score a touchdown, at the very least, I should be able to run the clock out, but I'm gonna try and go, oh, dude, that is... If he could have got away, that would have been a massive pickup. I thought he was going to have a bit more separation, but he's going to get dragged down there. I'm just going to keep it on the ground with Barkley after that, though, who seems to have a pretty good pickup. I'm going to try and go for a bit of a shot here. It seems like every time I run this route, it does go for a pretty solid gain. So I'm going to see if we can hit Mike Evans again here. And it looks like we've got him. So we're in field goal position. I'm going to try and go for another little shot right here, though. I'm hoping that we can hit JSN. If not, Mike Evans is kind of my backup plan here, but we're gonna have to go for the backup plan. But either way, he's got it all the way down to the 20. I'm gonna try and go for Travis Kelce here. They're all out of timeouts as well, so even if we can't score a touchdown here, as long as we don't give the ball up, I can probably just run the clock out. Where's the fun in that, though? We're playing a rival. Obviously, I want to end this game off with a touchdown. That is gonna be a big loss from Barkley. Okay, that was a little bit of a disaster, but hopefully we can make up for it on this next play with Jackson Smith and Jigba. If this doesn't work out, I'm just going to focus on running clock, but it looks like we're down to the 1-yard line. San Francisco did get another stop after that, though, so it's 4th and goal, but I'm close enough where I can pretty much just QB sneak it, and I should be able to score a touchdown with Mahomes. It looks like he's going to be in, and there's only 40-something seconds to go, so this game is clearly over. So we'll take it 31-10, which is a pretty good revenge game, which also sends us to the NFC Championship game. And in the NFC Championship game, it looks like we've got another good one, because we're going to be taking on the Chicago Bears. And it looks like we are winning 10-3 in the 3rd quarter right now, so hopefully we can extend that on this drive right here. I'm going to try and go for JSN. That's kind of risky, but he is going to bring it in for the first. So we're all the way up to the 46 now. I'm just going to play it safe and keep it on the ground with Saquon. I'm hoping that he can have a big game for us. If he escaped, that would have at least been a first. And after that, they actually brought up a 3rd down. So we need 8 yards if we want to keep this drive alive. Come on, Mike Evans. Ooh, I think Kelce should have it. That's going to keep the drive alive for us. We're pretty much in the red zone at this point. We're all the way down to the 24-yard line. That might be a touchdown. Come on, it's going to be close. But it looks, I thought he had that. We're at the 1-yard line. But either way, with a running back like Saquon Barkley, I don't think 1 yard is really going to be an issue. Maybe it will be, though. We're going to get sent backwards. So clearly I was pretty wrong about that. I'm probably going to try and go back to Saquon right here, though, unless we can get Smith and Jigba wide open, which we're going to have. So that's going to be an easy touchdown from JSN to extend it to a 2-score lead. And after going up by 2 scores, it looks like we did not look back. We're going to take it 20-3. So this team of Super Bowl champions is headed to the Super Bowl. But anyways, to end off the season, it looks like EA's favorite player is going to win another MVP because it's going to Joe Burrow. It seems like he wins MVP in pretty much every video. And it looks like we're actually going to be playing the MVP in the Super Bowl. We have to take on the 11-6 Bengals. And it looks like we do have an early 7-3 lead over the Bengals in the second quarter right now, but I'm gonna bring the defense out and hopefully we can find a way to take the MVP off the field. That's gonna be a first down from Brown though. So that's gonna make things a lot more difficult on us. They're going for another run, but this time we're gonna get the stop. So that makes things a little bit more difficult on us. We did bring up another second down after that though, so hopefully this time, oh, we were just short of getting the sack. That's gonna be another first from the Bengals though. I will actually be so happy if we can find a way to like force an interception or something. I'm gonna try to get to him with Vita Vea. That might be another first down though. They are cooking our defense. Seems like damn near every play is going for a first down right now. We are really struggling here. We pushed Brown back a yard right there though, so that's definitely a start. And they also got struck with a holding call after that. So it's 2nd and 21 right now. Jamar Chase almost got it all back, but it's 3rd and 6. And I'm just going to run man coverage. I don't really know how well this is going to work out, going man-to-man on Jamar Chase, but we just got to hope that we can maybe force him to go for like a quick pass. Oh, hold on. Bond, you got to have that. Not going to be an interception. I don't think he got both feet down, or I was wrong. It looks like he did get both feet down. So that's going to give us the ball back without allowing any points. So now we have a chance to try and go into halftime up by 2 scores if we can score a touchdown here. Not going to be easy though. We only have a minute to work with. We do have all 3 timeouts though, so I'm probably going to try and burn one after this route right here. That should be a big play. Jackson Smith and Jigba's gonna have us across midfield. So since that works so well, I'm gonna try and go for another shot right here. But this time, I think I'm just gonna try and go for Tyreek Hill. With his speed, you know what happens when he gets open field. We don't really have him though, so I just gotta keep it with Mahomes, which worked pretty well either way. But I'm gonna have to burn another timeout. So now there's only 40 seconds to go, and we only have 1 timeout left as well. So we gotta focus on getting out of bounds here if we're not gonna be able to score a touchdown quickly. And we're going to bring it all the way to the 8. So now it's looking pretty good for us. I might even be able to end it off with this route right here. We're not going to have JSN, but we are going to have Hill. We're going to have to burn our final timeout. We are at the 1-yard line, but we don't have any timeouts left now. So if we get sacked or something, that is definitely going to be an issue. But Travis Kelce's going to be in. So that will extend it to a 2-score lead right before halftime. And it looks like we held on to that lead through the second half. We're going to take it 24-10. So this team of Super Bowl champions is going to be able to get the job done, which is good to see. I was definitely very worried after the slow start that we got off to in this video, but we obviously turned things around very well in the second half. So as you can see, to end off the video, Patrick Mahomes and this team of Super Bowl champions are gonna be your Super Bowl champions. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down below. I'll try and get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, make sure you check out my socials. I got my TikTok, Instagram, and my second channel, all linked in my description below. And make sure you turn on post notifications as well, so you guys don't miss an upload. But other than all of that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.